Welcome to Lesson 18, where you get to leave your inner critic behind. So let's get running. In the past few lessons, we learned about self-acceptance, letting go of your mistakes and forgiving yourself for those mistakes. But what about your faults? It's easy to beat yourself up over your shortcomings and failures. Your inner critic is attempting to protect you. But like an overprotective parent, it's causing more harm than good. Criticizing yourself only serves to make life more challenging. It also robs you of options and puts limits on your life. Your inner critic provides information, but that doesn't mean you have to listen. Your inner critic is relentless. It's active from the moment you wake up until you fall asleep. Actually, it's even active in your dreams. Your inner critic won't be contained easily. But you can change what it says to you. You can transform your inner critic into your own personal cheerleader. Use these strategies. The first strategy is to drown it out. Fill your mind with positive talk and imagery. Avoid giving your inner critic any room to make its opinions known to you. Keep your self-talk positive and expect the best to happen. Strategy number 2. Recognize the truth. Your inner critic is just a manifestation of your fear. Its sole purpose is to stop you from harming yourself. You might tell yourself that you can't do something, so you have an excuse to avoid failure. But don't listen to your inner critic. The third strategy in getting your inner critic to change what it says to you is to empty your mind. If you need to make a phone call or finish your taxes, keep your mind empty and get started. It's your thoughts that stop you from getting things done. Action is the best way to keep your critic at bay. The fourth strategy may be a revelation. Realize that it's all a matter of moving your hands or moving your mouth. Consider every action at your disposal. They're all a matter of either doing something or saying something. That's all there is to life. You're either physically doing something or talking. For example, there's no practical difference between calling your best friend and making a cold call. You're dialing the phone with your hands and speaking with your mouth. So how can an inner critic exist when every action you take is either moving your hands or your mouth? What is there, really, to criticize? It's all the same, so don't overthink it. Just speak up or take action. Let's move on to the next strategy. The fifth strategy asks, what would you tell a friend? Would you judge a friend as harshly as you judge yourself? What would you say to them in a similar situation? What would you say to your inner child? There's no reason not to treat yourself just as kindly. Be a friend to yourself. Next, say something encouraging to yourself every 10 minutes. Set a timer on your phone or computer. Get in the habit of encouraging yourself each day. At this rate, in 18 hours, you will say 108 positive things to yourself. It won't take long to create a new habit at that pace. Criticizing yourself is a habit. Encouraging yourself is also a habit. The last strategy is to make a list of your high points. Think about your greatest successes. It's easy to fixate on a few bad choices, but choose to focus on your highest achievements. Make a long list and review it regularly. You'll enhance your mood and put your inner critic to bed. Remember that the inner critic in your head limits your life and your opportunities. It's no different than a child afraid of the dark. It isn't rational. You don't have to listen. You can take control of your inner talk and lift yourself up. Speak to yourself the way you would a good friend or loved one. Turn your inner critic into your most positive supporter, and you'll live an authentic life you enjoy. In the next lesson, we'll look at how to break free from crippling self-doubts. But first, here's what you need to do today. For the rest of the day, say something encouraging to yourself every 10 minutes. Each time you start to have a criticizing thought, drown it out with something positive. Practice your positive self-talk the rest of the day, and we'll meet again in Lesson 19.